Hi, my name is Dave Vanderveen, and I wanted to talk about getting in shape and staying in shape together. How we can do it in a way that makes it fun, create communities, and hopefully transform our lives. We love to get outside in our coastal town. We surf, hike, dive, mountain bike, play tennis, try to walk, run, or ride bikes more often than we drive cars. It's less about what we do than how we do it together and make it fun. We make time for it. We put it in our calendars. We get together and we have fun moving our bodies more often and more regularly. We all know that obesity and diabetes are becoming a global problem. They're literally becoming the #1 cause of preventable disease and death throughout the world. Most of us want to live longer, be healthier, look better, and ultimately be in better shape. And I think we all agree that almost anyone can change their shape and many elements of their health through two words most of us hate: diet and exercise. So why don't we just change our diets, change our exercise, and change our bodies? Is it because we're too busy? We don't know what to do? We love fast food? We hate the pain of change? As the pace of our lives has increased, our daily habits have changed. We've shifted to diets that are prepackaged, loaded with sugars, starches, and empty calories, and that cause our bodies to store too much of that fuel as fat. We also don't have to walk as far or work as hard as our ancestors. We ride in cars or buses, we use automated equipment, and we sit in offices or work more from home. And as we age, our bodies slow down, both our metabolism and our recovery. It's simply harder to change the shape of our bodies, and we have less energy as we develop more body fat and lose more lean muscle mass. And who hasn't tried some new diet plan that may work for a short time, but it doesn't really change our habits? We lose some weight after the holidays or for that summer vacation, but then we put it right back on again as we return to the things we used to do. What I thought might be fun is to talk about how my wife, some friends, and I have created a community in Laguna Beach, California that's literally transformed the whole idea of getting into shape and staying in shape through changing what we eat and how we move throughout the day. Not only allows us to look and feel better, but it gives us the energy to do something we call a 3-sport day. Something we used to do in our 20s where you'd have 3 different activities throughout the day, but this just makes it easier and more fun to do more because you can, even though we're not in our 20s anymore. As we got older, we've all realized that it's harder to stay lean, to have more lean muscle mass and less body fat. We had to change what we ate and drank, how much and how often. Through a simple habit that I like to call intermittent fasting, using more ketogenic products and cleaning up the amount of sugars and starches in our meals, we've been able to not only shed unwanted body fat, but we've also been able to add more lean muscle mass. When we're constantly snacking, it isn't just the calories and sugars that can be a problem. It's also simply that the act of digestion takes too many resources. When our bodies are always busy digesting, focusing blood flow and other core functions on the stomach and intestines, it doesn't have the time and resources to do other important work. Our digestion needs to take a rest too. The way that intermittent fasting works best for me is to eat an early dinner, snack less between meals, especially not before bed, and figure out some hacks in the experience. It's sort of horrible to starve yourself, which is what intermittent fasting can feel like if you just go cold turkey. Changing habits is hard. If we don't enjoy the experience, it's almost impossible. If we aren't accountable to something that's larger than ourselves, to a team, to people we love, it rarely sticks. So my morning routine might be something you'd like to try. Maybe something you'd modify. You don't have to do what I do. And something you'd want to test that works for you that you can share with your friends. So the first thing I do before I start my day is I roll out of bed and into the backyard. And I literally just start stretching and moving my body with different movements that work for that day. You know, I have a trainer my wife and I use. His name is Canute, and he does a great job of giving us daily movements that we can do at home or practically anywhere on earth. I'm going to share some of those workouts and some of those movements with you. You can literally do them in 20 minutes a day. You can dial them up or dial them down depending on where you are right now with your body. And you can do it with some simple gym, equipment, or you can do it with none. We'll show you how to do both. There's really no reason you can't do it, and you can't start a community of your own to start getting in shape and moving together. So the second thing that I do is then I like to drink a glass of water with lemon juice and Himalayan salt to rehydrate before I move into my breathing meditation practice. My body really likes the Wim Hof method right now, but I think any meditative practice that works for you before you're assaulted with the day helps focus the mind on what you want to do versus the urgency that's waiting on your phone, in your computer,
or the first family engagement that you have throughout the day. The third thing that I do after I get cleaned up is I make some version of a keto coffee or tea, which is basically a caffeinated coffee or tea blended with grass-fed butter and an MCT oil. Now these are basically healthy fats that your body can exchange for the fats that you're storing, the fats that you want to use to change your shape, but it also makes you feel full, so you can make it through lunch without feeling like you're starving throughout the day. The caffeine helps focus your mind, it helps you have more energy, and it's just a better experience when you're trying to get through that first part of the day during the intermittent fast. If you don't feel like you have the barista skills or you want to go to the store and find all these things, one of the easiest ways to do this is just buy one of the It Works keto coffee products. It's a simple, cost-effective way to make keto coffee at home without having to spend money in somebody else's store or program. What I love about it is when you look at, for example, if I go to my local coffee shop and I buy a super coffee, which is the same thing as an It Works keto coffee, costs over $7 or over 141 Mexican pesos. It's very expensive. It's much less expensive for me to use the It Works keto coffee at home. And, if I don't want to just spend my money in somebody else's business, I have the option now to create a business of my own and take that expense that was a liability in my checking account and turn it into a profit center, an asset. And I just add that if I get hungry before 2 p.m., I simply drink another keto coffee to get through the afternoon. It's delicious, it works really well, and I feel just all this positive energy that helps me get through the day. And when, my wife, friends, and I choose to eat better, to move better, and to make it fun, when we enjoy doing it together, we change our habits, we change our bodies, and we change our lives. It's truly a game-changing experience. With It Works, the budget that I would have spent at home or I would have spent at a coffee shop or spent someplace else allows me to take that money, that liability, that money that I was spending in another person's business, start a business of my own, and basically turn that liability into an asset. It's one of the greatest secrets, one of the greatest hacks to not only managing your budget, but creating a financial future for yourself. You don't need to do 3 sports in a day to join the It Works family, to have fun, to change your body and transform the lives of yourself and the people you love. But why wouldn't you? The real question isn't whether or not you'll join our tribe, but it's really a question about what you will choose to do. How will you choose to live deliberately? How will you be a game changer in your backyard? Regardless of what you choose, we'd love to see how you've pivoted, how you made a move, and how you win your day, each and every day. Join us on social media and share your best life with us. Thank you very much.